Mayday, mayday, mayday. Prison Planet banned in the UK by the UK government, ladies and gentlemen. Huge news. This is a big deal. It affects everybody. We're going down worldwide. Mayday, mayday. I mean this. I'm serious. For the whole world, mayday, mayday, mayday. They're now starting to censor our communications. They're killing and arresting more and more patriots. Mayday, mayday, mayday. The United States has been seized by the New World Order. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Everybody, wake up to what's happened. Mayday, 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 mayday. We need listeners to understand this is happening. This is coming down now. This has been declared. You see, 60% down, 60+% down in newspaper readership. TV's plunging in ratings. The mainstream media is fully discredited. They're falling apart. They've got to do this, folks. They are coming. They're chopping up the web right now. You had better use prisonplanet.com while it's still available. You'd better tell your whole email list about the censorship. You'd better explain to them the different... We've got to create a war room on Prison Planet and InfoWars now, explaining the... Well, there's really more than 20 ways they're killing the web. And if they can acclimate you and get you to accept, okay, they're shutting the web down piece by piece, death by 1,000 cuts, and now they're implementing the most egregious forms of censorship and control right now. And if we just accept and go, okay, that's the way it is. I mean, we've gone on the web. I checked the message boards, YouTube comments, Dig comments. We've gone from people saying we're making this up to people saying, okay, Alex Jones is right, but there's nothing we can do about it. We can do a lot about this, ladies and gentlemen. When Comcast and Time Warner and a few others, but they're together about half of the cable modem market. You can pull the numbers on that in the U.S. and Canada. When they're able to do that, that sets a precedent, and then all the other majors and then minors can implement that as well. You have to boycott and protest it and speak out against it early on. Now is the time. Don't take this information for granted. Put it on hundreds of websites. Go on message boards. Post it in full. That's why we're trying to hire more staff so we can post our full articles on MySpace, so they can't censor that. At least that'll be on the page. They're blocking our videos. YouTube, we know, is messing with the counters. We know that Google would change our hits, or when we were getting a video that might be having 500,000 hits a day, they would just block it for a few weeks or erase it. And then they stopped putting the counters on Google Video. Started knocking us out of the #1 spot. We're winning the info war, and they're cheating. Of course they're cheating. They want tyranny. They want dehumanization. Folks, we need your help. We need info warriors, not orders from headquarters, but to every day. You know, for 30 minutes, all of you who are computer savvy, go in there, copy our stories, post them everywhere, post them. You know, if every listener out there who's on the website, we'll just start copying our stories, emailing them out to everybody, posting them on sites. Let the New World Order know we're not going to put up with this, and let everybody know. PrisonPlanet.com, Infowars.com, Infowars.net, JonesReport.com. These sites are scaring the globalists to death. They are shutting us down. They are censoring us everywhere. Appreciate our Google videos. Appreciate the YouTube videos. They're not going to be there forever, folks, if they're able to win. They're moving now. We better get the word out while we've still got some punch. I mean, every one of you can't count. Look, you can forget Congress. You can forget the executive. It's all bought and paid for. We've got to take the country and the world back at the grassroots. They're moving to block us, and they're moving to block us because we are having an effect. British government has been caught censoring PrisonPlanet.com and Infowars.com. And why do we need the web? Because, ladies and gentlemen, why do they have to shut it down and restrict it? Because the New York cops can run 15 feet and knock a bicycler off and bust their head open and then charge that person with assaulting the police, and then it gets shown that the cop went and tackled him, and then the cop gets in trouble. Or the police, some guy's walking outside out of a convenience store with a glass of ice, no alcohol. They say, come here. He doesn't, so they beat him with a baton, bloody. That comes out, they get in trouble. All this is hurting the New World Order. It's come to a flashpoint. They thought they'd use the web as the worldwide wiretap, as DARPA called it 25 years ago, as the joke. But we've used it as a web to capture them and expose them. They dug a pit for us, and they've fallen into it. They want to shut it down and go to a controlled web. We need everybody to help us because we're under attack. I mean, if we don't have the web, folks, we don't have anything. We're going down worldwide. Mayday, mayday. I mean this. I'm serious. For the whole world, mayday, mayday, mayday. Mayday! 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 I want each of you 10 hours a day savagely attacking. Get my films, make copies. Get the podcast, make copies. Get the video feeds we put out, make copies. And smash them in the info war. Never stop. They go completely nuts and show these murdering bastards of the New World Order. They're never going to stop us. Yeah. We need you to make a serious stink about this and get this out to everyone, to then illustrate the censorship they're engaging in. Google and YouTube, which, of course, YouTube's owned by Google, Yahoo and others, admittedly for close to 3 years, have been censoring things for the Communist Chinese government. Now they're using those same censor systems here in the United States, in Canada, in England, and there's a whole cocktail of other ways they're censoring. But again, the British government is censoring right now. They are censoring PrisonPlanet.com and our other family of websites because we're so effective. We pushed it out. Our listeners pushed it out. Got Keith Olbermann to cover last week the fact that Cheney was planning staged terror attacks and killing our own troops. This is important news. We're risking our lives. And for our safety, we need to continue to be prominent and more prominent. They're bringing in tyranny, ladies and gentlemen. The mainstream media is dying. They're panicking. The propaganda arms are losing all their credibility. So now they're engaging in communist Chinese-style Orwellian censorship. Paul Watson, we need everybody to get this video out.
Yeah, and there's another thing, Alex, concerning Google. Now, this may be related to the fact that we changed our website design, but it's happening with old articles that, were under the old design. And that is, when you search for an article from prisonplanet.com in Google, if you search for any other article, you will get the headline of the page and the keywords or the first paragraph of the page underneath in your Google search. Now when you search for a Prison Planet article, all you get is the headline. You don't get any keywords, thereby relegating the link further down the Google results page. Now, as I said, it's happening on articles that were in the old format. So I've got no explanation as to why that's happening, but it's certainly resulting in making prisonplanet.com articles harder to find on Google.
That's why we need listeners to take our stories, and if you even change the headline yourself sometimes to confuse their system and their blocks. But we have the British government admitting they are censoring universities, city libraries, governments. But it's not just us. It's thousands of other alternative sites. We are just some of the most banned out there. Paul Watson, I want to come back, open the phones up for listeners, their ideas of ways to counter this. We need your help. We're being shut down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're being shut down because our information warfare system is going viral and they are shutting us down. In fact, you can look at Prison Planet numbers. They're cratering. Are you going to let them win, ladies and gentlemen? Are you going to let them shut us down worldwide? Are we going to be like communist China? Oh, God help us. And so you've all lived in denial. It's just going to get worse and worse until we turn around and admit this country's going to hell in a handbasket. And then I noticed yesterday that they'd taken my name and the website out of a bunch of news stories. Well, we were able to get a Google cache of the article and show that they're going in the memory hole out of 1984 and cutting us out of it. So another example, hey, cat's out of the bag. You're not going to stop us, establishment media. That's why the newspaper circulation is down by more than 60%, why TV viewership's plunging, and why alternative media is exploding. You can even try to shut the web down with internet too, but it's too late for you. You are failing. You can even kill people like me individually, but you can't kill ideas because they're bulletproof. God bless you all. Have a great week. Now get out there and take on tyranny and stand up for the red, white, and blue and liberty worldwide. God bless you all.